sixth graders, and welcome to sixth grade science. My name is Miss Detloff, and we will be working together for the next 22 days working on science. After the 22 days, which is October 2nd, you will be switching to your B day classes, and you will have social studies for the rest of quarter one. And then at the beginning of quarter two, you'll come back and you'll have science again. If we had been teaching in person, if we had been starting the school year in person, you would have had both science and social studies every other day for the quarter. So you would have followed an A-B schedule for both science and social studies, FAST, and your encore classes, and you would have had both classes for the same amount of time, 22 days, for each of your A classes and your B classes in quarter one. So instead of going back and forth every other day, we decided to smush it all together. So you'll have 22 days of science, and then you'll have 22 days of social studies. So to start off with science this year, we're going to be learning about energy. And in order to help you with energy, I've created some slideshows and some student notebooks. And so we're using a brand new resource this year. We're trying it out, seeing if we like it or not. We'll definitely be using it for energy, but we're actually going to use a different resource for our next unit, which will be chemistry, even more exciting. But we need to understand energy first. So the company that we're using is called SEPUP. And so we've taken some of the things that they've made and some of the things I've done over the last few years and kind of mashed it all together to help you learn about energy. So what I'm going to recommend that you do is that you're going to be answering all of your questions in your science notebook. I've referred to it as your Google slide presentation because that's what it is. It's all in Google Slides. So if you're familiar with Google Slides, you'll do great. If you're not, you will become an expert at Google Slides by the end. All of your homework will be in your class. And so this is a class that I made over the summer just to try things out a little bit. So this is my summer test class, but you'll be in hour 1 science or hour 2 science or hour 5 science. So you're going to go in there. And when you get there, it starts off in the stream. So this is the stream. And then you go to classwork, and then all your work that you need is in the classwork. So once you get into classwork, I'm going to say click on the SEPUP Energy Activity PowerPoint. And so this is the PowerPoint that's made with Microsoft PowerPoint, and it will kind of show up as like a PDF. And what you're going to do is just scroll through it and look at all the different slides as you go. Make sure you read everything and then ask questions after you've read it. So we're going to start with the first activity, which is home energy use, and it's all centering about what energy is. So you're going to have this open, and then in that same area, there is an activity 1 student notebook. So you're going to click on that and open that up. So this is Melissa's. So what Melissa would do when she gets her work is where it says your name, she's going to highlight that and she's going to type Melissa. And she can either type her whole last name or just her last initial. And then it saves automatically because it's in Google. And so now I have my directions. Follow along with the PowerPoint for activity 1, home energy use. Answer questions in order and do the best of your ability. You should always answer with correct spelling and complete sentences unless otherwise told not to. For example, when asked to list things or fill out a chart, then no sentences are needed. But we do want to practice our language arts skills by capitalizing and putting periods in at the ends of sentences. So now this is the I got to click on it again. This is the PowerPoint that we're going to use to follow along. So as we look at it, it tells us what we're working towards. These are our learning requirements. And then here are our directions again. Read all the information on the slides. We can also access the student textbook. We can either follow this link, or all the information is actually in the slides that you don't have to go anywhere else if you don't want to. You're going to answer all the questions in your Google slide presentation or in the Google Stream when directed to do so. And the slide presentation is also your online notebook, so you can answer the questions in order based on that the information builds on itself. So we're going to start by reading the introduction. I'm not going to read it to you right now, but I know it's a little small on this slide, and because we have to read it twice, it actually comes back around again, I think. Oh, maybe not. I think that was in the next activity. Sorry, I'm getting them all mixed up in my head right now. So I know it's a little small, but we'll do the best that we can for reading our introduction. And then it has a unit issue. How can people manipulate or change energy transfers and transformations to use energy more efficiently? So this is a question that we're going to think about all the time. We're going to be able to answer this question by the very end of the unit. So how can we change energy transfers and transformation? How can we make energy do different things? And how can we have that happen the most efficiently or for the best way that we want it to? The anchoring phenomenon, so what we're going to think about this whole time as well, is that some energy transfers and transformations are more efficient than others. When a device uses energy, some of the energy is changed into a form that's not useful or wasted. It's wasted because it's not doing the thing that we want it to do. So if we want a light bulb to give off light, the light is the useful energy. If the light bulb makes a popping sound, that sound energy is wasted energy because it's not helping us get more light from the light bulb. So this wasted energy reduces the efficiency of the device. So as you keep going through these slides, we're going to get to questions like, oh, here it says, record your thoughts in your Google slide presentation. What is energy? So that means that I have to come over here and I have to find where it says, oh, what is energy? So I can just type right in here what I think energy is. I think energy is what gets me up in the morning. Oops, I spelled that wrong. I should say that as a sentence. So I should start with maybe it, and then I have a little s. It is what gets me up in the morning. If I have lots of energy, I get going in the morning. If I don't have any energy, I want to sleep in. What are some examples of energy? Let's see. An example of energy. Oh, well, I was talking about a light bulb. So light energy. Here's a list, so I don't actually have to write sentences. Light energy. I'm talking, so that's sound energy. Oh, that's not how you spell energy. I want to practice good spelling and good typing. Good energy. Oh, and then post your answers under the correct Google post in the Google stream. So that means that I want to take my best one and add it to the stream when I get a chance to later. And so then back in my summer class, if I were to go to the stream, there would be a question that says, let's see if I have to find the right one. What is energy? What is your current understanding or definition in your own words? And then what are some examples of energy? So here I might just write light energy. And then I just hit post. And then now it's posted and everyone else can add a comment after me as well. So that's a little bit on how you're going to go through and do things. So you have to go back to Classwork, click back on the PowerPoint, scroll back to where you left off. And as you get to questions, you're going to answer the questions where it says to record your thoughts. Where you're going to do your recording of your thoughts is in your science notebook. When you're all done, when you get all the way to the end of it, then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to turn it in. So what will happen is, I'm looking at this from the teacher point, but from the student point over on this side of your screen, there will be a button that says turn in. This might be something that you did before in 5th grade, but you want to make sure you turn in your work. That way I can look over your answers, give you feedback, and then help you out from there. So if you have any questions, please come to office hours today and let me know how I can help you and where you got stuck on your first activity 1 about energy in the home. Have a great morning and I will see you later. Bye-bye.